So our next featured game would be the game between Wesley So and Veselin Topalov. So I'm a little biased here. I have not yet analyzed any game, but except the game being played by Wesley So and whoever is his opponent. It seems that this is a video dedicated to the games of Wesley So, but sorry guys. Maybe if I decide to analyze other games in the later part of this video, it remains to be seen. This is a uh, live monitoring of the games at Grand Chess Tour, the Blitz edition of the tournament. So we are waiting now for the moves to come in. Let us see the chat streams here. So lot of nice commentaries here. So we have not been analyzing the games of Naka, but the commentaries here says Naka creates classics every game he plays. So it means he has a very good games here, as if it's a classical game. Klasa makes very good moves even in Blitz. So if ever I'm gonna make any other analysis, it would be the game of Nakamura. Of course, the game of Nakamura against Wesley So would be featured, but I think I shall be featuring a game of Nakamura, even if it's not against Wesley So. So let's go back to the notation here. No notation at this moment, of course, because we're still not yet started with the stream. So we are now waiting for the stream to come in. So what are the standings here? Nakamura is pulling away. I think they have maintained their status. Nakamura, Carlsen, they have maintained up to Bachir Lagrave. They have maintained each other's distances. Moves not yet coming in. So let's see the result of round 3. So the games with Nakamura and Carlsen's games are maintenance of their status, also with Lagrib. And I think Wesley So pulled back a little bit from the standings, although he maintained 4th place, but it's now a par 4th place as against the leaders Nakamura and Carlsen. So he has to win this one, and I hope in the succeeding rounds Topalov beats the other guys, especially the leaders, so that Wesley So would be able to minimize his distance as against the leaders. So we are now waiting for the moves to come in. Who's the opponent of Carlsen? Carlsen will be against Aronyan, and Wesley So would be against Topalov, and Nakamura against Kramnik. This is a fairly strong matchup, Nakamura against Kramnik. So we're waiting for the moves to come in. Just 24 stream, come on. Okay, moves have started to come in now. Wesley So opened with d4, I think, and then it's a slab setup here. Moves are very fast, come in very fast. We have knight a5, knight h5 by Wesley. Oh, they're moving very fast. This is Blitz at its finest here. So what's happening now? A standard setup here for Veselin Topalov. I think it's he can go for a take on c4 and then b5. Wesley have not yet made a move. I thought it's b5, but it's c5. Wesley could go for d5 here, because taken on c5 would result to the immediate development of the black bishop of Topalov. Wesley is starting to fall back on time here. It's taking a long time to figure out what would be his response on c5. He castles and then Topalov exchanges the pawn. That's a nice move for Wesley. Castling is priority at this point. Safety first, as they say. This is a good opportunity for Wesley here. I think the black king is a little bit exposed. He can activate his rook on a1, going to e1. Oh, he made the move d5, and of course Topalov would not like to capture on d5 there, because that would expose his king. So Topalov made the move e5. Topalov castles. Topalov responds to rook a d1 with rook c8. Topalov did not take on d5, so that's a trap by Wesley. I think it's a trap, and Topalov is not falling for it. It's still being dangled. Oh, Wesley would go bishop g5 here. Topalov has safely castled. The weakness in Topalov's position here is the double pawn on the g file. Oh, an immediate response by Topalov broke fe8 here. Intending to double his rook. Moves are coming fast there. Wesley is falling back in time here. It's a familiar problem for Wesley now. He is starting to fall back in time. He should be a blitz master as compared to the others, but he's starting to fall back in time in the last two games here, except for the games against Anish Giri, wherein the time advantage have saved him. Threatening to take the pawn on d5. Moves are coming very fast right now. The position is very fluid. Wesley could go knight e4 here. A very fast move by Topalov, knight g5. Wesley, you're falling back in time. He does not intend to remove the knight on c3 because it's very strong there. It's protecting the pawn on d5. Moves are coming fast. This is blitz at its finest. That's a very good move by Topalov here. There. Topalov has made significant inroads in improving his position in this game. I think it's a forced move to rook ed1 here. Wesley counters with a different kind of counter here. Counter by attacking the enemy. That's the best counter play, to attack the enemy instead of just defending. F3 is a very nice counter attack by Wesley. Okay, exchanging the bishop, removing the pesky knight of Topalov. Very good defense there. The problem of Topalov here is the weakness on g6. He cannot just leave it there. However, Topalov is winning here in this position. It's a little bit problematic for Wesley. His pawn on d5 is about to fall, and it would just be taken by the rook. It's a problematic position for Wesley here. Wesley, what would Wesley do in this position? It's very hard to figure out. He refuses to exchange the rook. That's the best move for Wesley. Do not exchange when you are not ahead. That's a very problematic position for Wesley here. Wesley is losing in this one. Very good for Wesley. Wesley is very much in time trouble here. Only 53 seconds as against the 3 minutes by Topalov. Wesley is losing steam in this tournament. He is being beaten by those considered to be not very good in Blitz. I think Wesley is not very much ahead when it comes to Blitz. He's good at Rapid, which is a little longer time control, 25 minutes, as against Blitz, which is only 5 minutes. I think Topalov is really thinking hard in this position. This changes the scenario a little bit. Topalov is having problems here. So queens have been exchanged. Moves come in so fast. I hadn't figured out what happened. I think it changes the dynamics of the game. Wesley is now ahead. Wesley seems to be ahead here. The pawns would come off. Wesley has to defend the threat on the rook the threat on c2 here. He did not defend it. Oh, I think yes. There's no need to defend because you can just make the move rook e2 after the check. I think Wesley is ahead in this type of position. Topalov is falling back on time. There is nothing to stop the incoming pawn storm, the incoming pawn roller here. The pawns would be marching to promotion here for Wesley. Wesley make the move fast now. There is only one response. Why is that Wesley has not made a move? Still very difficult position to figure out. But the march of the pawns would be just a matter of time. Topalov would lose this one. A5, Wesley, come on. You have to make a move. Good, Wesley. Good, because you can reply with the king on h2. Topalov would lose this one. Good job, Wesley. You are able to recover. What happened here? Wesley has given up the pawn. Oh, because of the threat of g4. So now it's a draw. I think it's a draw. Oh, Wesley, what happened? You are not moving. Or is this just a streaming problem here? What happened? What's the result? It says 0. I think it's just a stream problem. I can't figure out what happened between Wesley and Topalov here. I think it's a streaming problem here. So, who lost on time here? Or is it just a problem? So, still not yet. It says only one game running between Wesley. The game is still running, but our feed here is erroneous. So what happened really? So let us just wait for the feed to refresh. The server is not accurate in terms of the time and the moves. Oh, I hope. Oh, it's a draw. It's a draw. Wesley was not able to capitalize on the two passed pawns because of the counterplay by Topalov on the king side. So, congratulations to both of you. I'm still happy that even though Wesley did not win this one, he was able to draw a very complicated endgame position. So, that's it. Let's move on to the next game.